What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiara. If you are returning, thank you so much. If you are new, welcome to my channel. So today, well, first, before I get into the video, I really want to apologize for not being consistent with my videos. I just graduated college, so congrats to me. So I just really wanted to take the time to focus on my schoolwork, to make sure I passed all my classes and did good on my exams and papers and stuff like that. So that is why I have not created a video in a long time. But I am back, and I feel like this video is gonna help a lot of people. So today I'm gonna talk about foundation, as far as everything regarding foundation, how to apply it, what type of foundation stuff. I decided to make this video because I get the most questions about foundations, as far as what shade, what brands are good, and things like that. And I feel like a lot of people don't really get too much into makeup because they have a hard time finding a foundation that matches them perfectly. And we all should have a foundation that matches us perfectly. That's just how I feel personally when it comes to makeup. So first thing first that I'm going to get into are brushes. What type of brushes, what they do, how to apply them, things of that nature. When it comes to brushes, you don't need super expensive brushes. I feel like a lot of people have misconceptions about makeup. We think you need super high-end everything to get a very flawless look. You don't. Drugstore brand brushes do basically the same amount of work as high-end brushes. Another good brush brand that is cheap to me are e.l.f. brushes and Real Technique brushes. I know both of those are now at like the bigger Walmarts, or you can obviously just go to Ulta to find those type of brushes. For my brushes, like I said, I got them from Amazon. I'll link them down below in the description if you're interested in buying them. So my brushes are dirty, so please don't judge me. But I use a flat top brush to apply my foundation. And the way that I use this to apply my foundation is that I press it in. I do stippling motions like this. I know a lot of people buff theirs in, but I feel like with brushes, that's the easiest way to get streak marks. So I press mine in to press it into my skin, so it kind of just soaks it in so it doesn't look all streaky. Another brush you can use is like a round brush, and these are good brushes, especially when they're like fluffy like this. And I just do the same thing, press it in. Another thing you can use is a beauty blender. When you use a beauty blender, you want to use it damp, not dry, not soaking wet. So you want to put it under the water, squeeze all the water out, and then it'll expand because it's damp now. And you want to do the same thing. You want to press it in. Okay, so primers. When you are wearing makeup, you want to wear primer. Primer is going to help your foundation stay on your face. I know some people who don't use primer, they just moisturize their face. I prefer to use primer because it helps with the end look of, like, the end results of what the foundation will look like. So if you have dry skin, you will want to use a moisturizing primer. You don't want to use a mattifying primer if you have dry skin because you're gonna look dry. The same goes for if you have oily skin. You will want to use a mattifying primer because if you use a moisturizing primer, it's just gonna add more oils to your face, so then your foundation will be slipping and sliding all over your face. The primer that I recommend for all skin types is the Milk Hydra Grip Primer. This is the best primer on the market because it works for all skin types, and it literally grips your foundation. Your foundation will not move when you use this primer. Okay, so finding your shade. This, I feel like, is the most confusing part of foundation. So when you look up like undertones and how to find your shade range, I have looked up so many articles and they all are geared towards white women. Not everyone has lighter skin. A lot of articles and videos, they're not inclusive. So black women have a really hard time trying to determine what their undertone is. What I have learned searching up and reading stuff is to do it off of color. So when you are able to look more flattering in white versus like a cream, like a golden color, you're more than likely going to be cool. Like the same with cool versus warm. If you look good in gold, if you like wearing yellow, if you like wearing oranges, your undertone is more than likely going to be yellow or a golden undertone. If you feel like you look good in both silver and gold, or just you look good in any color, then you're more than likely neutral. And neutral is kind of like a muted gray green color. So brands. So I'm kind of gonna go from like drugstore to like super high end. So my favorite foundation of all time is Maybelline Fit Me. It's cheap and they have a whole bunch of shades, and I feel like they're always adding shades. Whenever I go to the store, it's always a new shade. So they have the matte and they have dewy. The matte has more shade ranges. The thing is with their matte though, it's not that matte. They also have dewy for the people who have like extremely dry skin and you know, you don't want to be looking too dry. So on the higher end spectrum, Fenty definitely, you know, came out with the 40 brands as a launch. She definitely set the standard for foundations on brands that are launching, but there are higher end brands that already did have shades for all skin colors. So other high end brands that I recommend are Lancome, Estee Lauder, and MAC. As far as getting actually matched by someone at the store, I know a lot of people go to Sephora and don't have good experiences. So what I recommend is that you can get shade matched, but you can just get a sample. You can have them tell you the shade name, all the information you need. Okay, so I know that most people get matched at Sephora, but I try to tell people to get matched at MAC because their workers are specialized in just one product versus where at Sephora there's multiple products. So at MAC you have a better chance at getting properly matched. So I tell people to use this website called Foundation. So basically what you do is you type in whatever brand of foundation that you currently use. And I use the Maybelline Fit Me matte foundation. Yep, poreless. And then my shade is 338. So I go and I do find my matches, and it literally shows you all these different shades and these different brands that are close to the one that you had put in for your results. So I normally tell this to people for when they get shade match, just get a sample if you like what it looked like on your skin, and put in the shade into this website so that you can find foundations in like a cheaper brand or in a different brand that you've been wanting to try. So then that way you'll have a better idea of what shade to pick from. So also if you want to know a shade in a specific brand, you can go here to look for a match in a specific brand. So let's say I wanted to do Morphe, the full coverage, and it'll pull up your shade in that specific brand. So yeah, so I love this website because it saves me a lot of time. I'll make sure I link it down in the description so you guys can check it out. As far as setting sprays, it's the same thing as primers, kind of. If you are oily, you want to use a mattifying setting spray. If you are dry, you want to use a hydrating setting spray. So yeah, good setting sprays, definitely the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray where you're going for a full look. I personally use Mario Badescu when I'm blending my foundation. As far as setting spray, I don't really think it'll create like a hold for you. It'll probably just help you look real natural. So I hope this video really helps someone. I really just wanted to provide a lot of tips to help people who are trying to get into makeup, but they literally have no idea where to start. Makeup is what you make it. I know on Instagram it's like this culture of like having this super beat face and like this super bold eyeshadow, and people are like, oh my god, I want to look like that. And it's like, you can, but starting off you're not going to. It takes practice, but you also have to just dip your foot in the water and just kind of, you know, work your way towards there. And also at the same time, you don't have to do that type of makeup. Makeup is literally what you make it. You can do makeup for what looks right to you. I know makeup can be very intimidating, but you have so many products and tools within your reach that you can do what you want with it. You don't have to do exactly what this influencer is doing or what this influencer is doing. I hope this video really helped someone, and I hope I have put in some great tips so that you guys can get started on your makeup journey. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the video. Comment, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you at my next video. Bye.